Okay, did you know that Florida is facing their 4th consecutive top 10 team?
Yeah, and some of them even deserve to be in the top 10.
Yeah, some of them. Our buddy Connor O'Gara has an article, and I was just kind of reading through it. A lot of the stuff we know, but like when it's listed, it's like, oh, okay. 22nd time that Billy Napier has faced a ranked team since he was hired. It'll be the 14th time away.
Yeah.
Okay. Did you know what his record is in those games?
I think it's away games.
Yeah.
Away games, I think he's 4-9.
Well, against ranked teams, he's 0-13 away from home.
Okay, so he's not 4-9.
No. Napier is 0-13 versus ranked teams away from home, according to Connor O'Gara.
Well, Connor probably knows. You know,
either one I'll take.
I thought he'd won 4 games on the road, but maybe some of them are not against ranked teams.
Okay. And overall, Napier, according to this, 5-15 away from the swamp.
5-15 away from the swamp. Well, let's make it.
I got some more information for you if you're interested.
Yeah.
Okay. Connor goes on to say A&M has been locked in one-score games deep into the third quarter against all 3 power conference opponents. We all know that the fourth quarter is where they put the chokehold on, right?
They choke them out.
Yeah.
Like an anaconda.
Like an anaconda. But Elko, as a head coach, is 17-1 against unranked teams.
Huh. Well, sounds like all the numbers point to an A&M victory.
But
there's always a but.
You got to play the game.
Behind everything.
You got to play the game.
Yeah, got to play it. I feel good about the Aggies' chances tomorrow. I feel really good. I think it's just like last week and the week before. I think it's a matter of you win if you don't give it away. They tried to give it away.
I don't know what to believe, bro. It's the SEC, and every game makes me bite my nails, okay? And that's not cool, and then I spit it on your computer next to me.
That's what that was.
Yeah, those are nails. Yeah, from my toes.
Yeah, and I like Auburn to knock off Georgia, believe it or not. And this is not the Georgia of old. I think we look at that logo and we say, wow, I mean, come on. Yeah. They always beat Auburn. They always beat these teams. But I'm very suspect of the Georgia defense right now. Again, I'm not saying they're awful or anything, but we got to look past the logo. Tennessee went up and down the field on them. Bama did it for the entire first half. And heck, even Kentucky found a little bit of success, but Kentucky, I think, is just awful. So I think, Auburn, they look awful on offense, right? I think that had more to do with A&M and defense. I think that had more to do with Oklahoma defense and playing on the road. They get this one at home. I think it'll be a different story. Auburn, 3 of 28 on third down in Southeastern Conference play this year. That's a credit to those defenses they played. But I don't think Georgia can get after them quite like A&M, quite like Oklahoma. So as long as Auburn has some success on first down, got to get Cam Coleman more involved. I like Auburn. I'm not super confident about it because I think Hugh Freeze is a complete fraud as an SEC coach. But I think Auburn does have a really good roster. If they don't win this one, I don't think Hugh Freeze is the coach in 2 weeks.
So, Mike, we're up against the break, so let's get to some predictions. And, Billy, I know you'll weigh in on this. How does this A&M-Florida game play out?
This is my lock of the week. Come on. What are we doing here? A&M 24, Florida 13. I think it was a complete one-off last week with Florida.
Okay. I'll take that, by the way. Moving on to up north, the Red River shootout up in Dallas, or rivalry, whatever they're politically calling it now. Texas OU. John Mateer now probable. That tells me he's probably been practicing, which I think that's my whole thing. That had to be necessary. What's your pick in this one? Who do you got winning?
I had Texas winning it. Backs against the wall. Season's done if they lose this game. Then the injury report comes out.
Yeah,
I'm switching it. Give me Oklahoma. I don't think they can be beat with John Mateer as long as he's 80% or better.
I am too. And by the way, I still think OU, even with that win, would be a 3-loss team. I think they're about to get hit across the face with the SEC grind, just like they did. They got the roughest schedule hand entering the league, more tough than Texas, more tough than A&M did back in 2012 or Missouri. OU got it bad. I look at that schedule. I still see 3 losses on there somewhere, but I don't think it starts on Saturday in Dallas. I think they win a rock fight. What does that even mean? Are you asking
Like the
if he was a
format?
commissioner or what
Yeah,
would he prefer?
2-1, 2-1, something like that.
Would you be in favor of the 3 straight
No.
home games and then 3 straight road games?
I like a little more balance in my schedule.
That's fair.
I don't know, and I think you can have 2 home games,
Yeah.
and then an away, and then
Yeah.
flip it.
Yeah.
I'd be fine with that.
It seems a lot of teams are getting that this year. I mean, Texas has it kind of in the opposite. I'm trying to think when their first SEC, because of OU, their first SEC home game's not for. I think they may even be on the road again next week. I'm not positive of that, but they might be. Whereas A&M, to go with that bye week in there, it's like it's kind of a double-edged sword because you want the bye week. If you're Mike Elko and A&M, you don't want 3 straight road games in the SEC. That would be sick. That's going to be 5 straight SEC games, 5 weeks, 5 games. Then you get the bye. I don't think what you'd want is your 6th game in 6 weeks being on the road at Missouri. Yeah. So that bye week is a great thing, except what it does is it means between this Saturday and South Carolina, between games, it's 4 games, but it is 5 weeks from tomorrow until the next time the fans get to come to Kyle Field and watch the Aggies. So I think that's poor scheduling. And I know there's some really, when you go to 16 and you're trying to make it all fit, not everybody gets screwed in some way in the eyes of the fan or the athletic department, but a lot of teams are. It's not exclusive to A&M. But I do think when you look at the Aggie schedule, or even what I'm talking about with Texas, and there's others, I'm sure, when there's that much imbalance, you have to go, wait. Okay, let's rewind this a step and try to fix these 4-team schedules, because 5 weeks between home games is too much. And, Missouri, okay, Mizzou, you're going to play. You're not leaving Columbia in the non-conference. We're not going to give, and you have a bye week. Like, for that team to not leave home until October 18th, is there going to be their first game away from home? That's ridiculous. That's absolutely ridiculous.
Yeah, I think the biggest challenge will be for Lagway is going to be Kyle Field itself. I don't know. I mean, he played at LSU, which is a pretty loud stadium, pretty hostile environment. It didn't go too well. We have like 5 interceptions.
Yeah.
So that's the last time Lagway played in an environment like Kyle Field. Do I expect him to come in and throw 5 picks? Probably not.
An hour away from home.
I expect him to, come in with a good mindset, trying to make a statement. This is a big opportunity for him to, set his career in a different trajectory. But Kyle Field is known to rattle a few quarterbacks and a few teams. So I'm expecting it to be a tough environment for them. They do have some good receivers. Dallas Wilson, really popped off last week coming back, true freshman, but, super talented. I think our cornerbacks are a lot better than what Texas had over him. I think.
And now there's film, right?
Yeah, and there's film. I think Texas had their backup cornerback guarding him, and he went off for like 120 yards, but, that ain't happening in Kyle Field, right?
No.
Riggs, Willie, they're not going to let that happen in Kyle Field.
And when we talk about Lagway throwing those 5 interceptions, I think now we feel more comfortable saying that the A&M defense is better than the LSU defense that was so highly touted early in the season.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, I mean, I think that the biggest thing for us is to be able to get pressure on Lagway. And what is our defensive line? I don't know what they have, some kind of stat out there. It's like time to the quarterback or something like that. And we're like right at 3 seconds or something up there in the top 10.
Just
I don't know,
over
something
3.
like that. But that's what it's going to take. They have a good offensive line, but it's going to take, it looked like they were a little dinged up on the offensive line too. So hopefully we can take advantage of that.
Yeah.
But I mean, the key to this game, to really make the impact that we need, is to get Lagway where he's not having success out there. I mean, they've got a decent running game, and I know their offensive line can get there. But Lagway is the key. Yeah. Getting him off his game is going to be
no quarterback has had success at Kyle Field so far. We've given up some rushing yards early in the season, but There's
good point.
not been a quarterback that's had a lot of success this year at Kyle Field.
Well, and in Lagway, I was talking to an insider this week who's like, he actually played better with his hamstring strain, whatever it is, because it forced him to throw from the pocket.
Can't take off.
Forced to go through the reads.
Yeah, and go through the reads. So, but he didn't have Cassius Howell going after him.
That's true.